Hello folks, happy 4th of July. Welcome to this week's edition of the Satori Traders Precious Metals News. I'm going to separate the videos this week. I've got 3 mining stocks that I want to look at, and we'll do that in this video, and then I'll do my overview of the broad markets in a separate video. Here in gold in the monthly chart, we can see that we're still working on this right shoulder in this head and shoulders pattern, and so in this monthly time frame, gold's looking just fine, doing what we expect it to do. In the weekly time frame, this is the new week starting because the markets are open today on Sunday. As of Friday, we were looking quite bullish. It looked like we had the 62% Fibonacci retracement of this big impulsive movement that gold made in 2021. 62% retracement and now bouncing from there. That's what we were looking at Friday. Now this is the new week starting, and so this candle obviously is yet to be determined. What I want to make sure everyone notices in this weekly chart is that we now have a moving average crossover buy signal. And so that's a new development in recent weeks in gold. That's a buy signal based on the moving averages. In the daily time frame, we've got gold, bumping along. Obviously, as bulls, this big pullback, that's not what we wanted to see. But again, 62% retracement of this big bullish impulsive movement that gold made this year. This is sideways bumping. The positive in this chart is basically MACD is pretty strongly hinting at bottoming action here in gold. Notice here in MACD, this level is oversold or extremely oversold. And so if we go back in time, we can see that, when MACD gets down to this level, it tends to bounce. And so here we are again at this oversold level in MACD. We've got the histogram hinting at a new uptrend. We're pending a new buy signal. We're close to getting a crossover buy signal there. Energy rising off the bottom. And so that's gold in the daily. GLD, this is weekly time frame. I just look at GLD because I want to get a sense of volume. And so we'd prefer not to see volume rise when price pulls back or sells off. That's an indication of a downtrend. And so that's not positive volume action there in GLD. As far as this new potential resumption of this uptrend, we're looking pretty good. It looks like, we got a doji, that's kind of indecision is how I would describe that candle. Now this doji is bullish with the long lower tail and appears to be bouncing off a support level. So we can see that's a support resistance level going back to, back into 2020. Mid-20. So let's keep rolling. So now we're looking at some mining stocks. So this is Eskay mining. We're in the daily time frame. And what I noticed, or what I like about this chart, is that we've got price pushing up above the median line of this modified shift pitchfork and doing it decisively. And so it appears that Eskay is resuming its uptrend. Based on Andrew's pitchfork strategy, our price target in this case would be, that's about 260. And of course, we'd expect to run into some resistance at the prior highs, which is more like that's 246. So, as conservative, if we're going to trade this, there's not a whole lot of upside, to another 20 cents, 25 cents or so before we run into this resistance. But anyway, Eskay mining is one of my holdings. It's a stock that I like. Now I acknowledge that I didn't buy it up here. I bought it down here. Is what it is. We all come into the market at different times. So, and certainly our entry point into a stock, where we buy it, can play a factor in what we do with that stock. Because I bought down here, I'm not looking for an opportunity to sell this stock anytime soon. This is one of my long-term holdings. So anyway, the technical chart is looking good here in this time frame. If we go look, this is their news releases on the company's website, and so we can see that they recently started on their drill campaign for 2021. That's late June. They're doing some surveys property-wide, looking for drill targets, high probability drill targets. So they're defining new drill targets. So anyway, the company, what I'm really looking for in the news flow is that I want to see that the company's doing something. That, you know, I've got my money invested in this company. What are they doing for me lately? And so in this case, Eskay appears to be actively working, developing their property. And so the next thing I like to look at is the presentation. One of the things pretty quickly get a sense of the market cap. So the number of shares outstanding and the market cap. And so we can see fully diluted, we got 197 million shares and 418 million market cap. And see, at that size market cap, this is a pretty fully valued, not fully valued, richly valued for the stage of development of this particular mining company. They are fairly richly valued at $400 million market cap. They got 197 million shares out. That's more than I'd care to see, but it is what it is. Dr. Quentin Henney, that's what I always like to see. The companies, my main holdings, I think you find, are all companies that Dr. Henney is involved in. He is a geologist. He describes himself as an economic geologist, and I believe the reason that he adds that descriptor to his title is because he looks at not only gold in the ground, but is it economically viable? Can we build a mine and make money by extracting this metal and bringing it to market? And based on his history, his track record, Dr. Henney has he's good at finding metal in the ground and determining if it is economic and then bringing it to market. So I like to invest in companies where Dr. Henney is involved. Eskay has a very large land package, 52,000 hectares. That's a lot of acreage. Couldn't do the conversion offhand. Let's see. They are searching for VMS targets, and they are in the Golden Triangle of British Columbia. So they're hunting in elephant territory, and it's always a good strategy if you're looking for gold. Well, start by looking in areas where other people have found gold. And so that's exactly what Eskay is doing. They are mining right next door to the historic Eskay Creek mine, and that was is a VMS deposit. It is still being mined, is expecting to find multiple VMS targets in their current land package, and expecting that one or more of them will be on the scale of the historic Eskay Creek mine. So, and that's the Golden Triangle in British Columbia. That's Eskay, that's their land package there in red. Zooming in, let's not spend any more time on Eskay. This is Lion 1, and we're in the daily time frame. Obviously, this recent action has been disappointing. Lion 1 is one of the larger holdings in my portfolio. It had been bumping along kind of sideways, holding this dollar level, and then with the recent weakness in the metals, it decided to sell off. It's come down here to an obvious support level, the median line of this modified pitchfork, and then we got a strong bounce, an impulsive bounce. You might think of that as a counter trend rally, because technically this stock is still in a downtrend at this point. We've got lower lows and lower highs, and so, you know, as much as it pains me to say, this looks like a counter trend rally that reached resistance and failed, at least on the initial try. Another less than bullish sign, well, no, excuse me, I was about to say that was rising volume on a sell-off, and that's not the case at all. That's a volume price spike. And so that's actually a very bullish indication. That's a bullish spike in volume at the same time we got a bullish spike in price. And so that's good action there. A little bit of a pullback. We'll see how that resolves. Energy obviously elevated. MACD, we've got a recent buy signal, but we are down in bear mode still with both indicators below zero. Investors not interested in this stock at this time. Now, let's talk a little bit about what Lion One has been facing recently because of the COVID lockdown. They've been locked down hard. This company's mining in Fiji, and that country, truly non-essential businesses were not open, and mining was not considered an essential business. So Lion One has been closed for months, and investors have lost interest and moved on. That would be my summation of Lion One at this current time. Now, I've read some stuff recently that maybe investors feel that Lion One hasn't done a good job of communicating the story. And, I can't speak to that. I'm still older. So this is their latest presentation. Again, we're mining in Fiji. Unusual for a junior miner to have the land package that Lion One has been able to obtain. And so they actually hold a 7-kilometer wide land package. It's the caldera of a volcano. And so they have a proven asset, and then they obviously are exploring for more. Dr. Quentin Henney again aboard. As I've said, I like to see that. We've got 155 shares, 155 million, 176 million shares fully diluted. We're at a $200 million market cap. So this is their land package. They've got a huge land package, 200 square kilometers. It's a huge land package, and currently focused on a very small percentage of that land package. They currently have, I don't want to flip through it here. I believe the current resource, they have a proven resource. I think it's 600,000 ounces of gold, and they're working on expanding that. They're focused currently on drilling deep. This is a alkaline gold system, and alkaline gold systems run deep, like, as much as a kilometer or more. And so they've been focused on proving out the depth, the deep gold, and perhaps investors have lost sight of the fact that this company's got a proven resource. They're in good standing with the government. The government likes them. The government gave them this mining lease. I mean, they've got the goods. It's just that right now investors are not favoring this company. Now, because they have just started their drill program for 2021, and another thing we need to understand about Fiji is because of the tropical environment, they definitely have a rainy season. And so there are several months of the year where it's just not possible to drill above ground. Now, Lion One has two of their newly acquired drills that are on site are specifically below ground drills, and one of the unique aspects of Lion One's property is that there is a historic adit, an access to, I think it goes down, it's 200 meters deep, something like that. Anyway, they have a historic access, underground access, where they can use these new drill rigs. They're not affected by the rainy season. They can drill year round. And so not only have they started their drill program for 2021, they're now able to drill year round at the property. And so that's exciting news to me. Let's keep moving. Ethos Gold. I've got too many tabs open evidently. So Ethos Gold. Now we've jumped up to the monthly time frame. A lot of noise and chatter in this chart in the low lower time frames. And so I've gone all the way up to the monthly time frame. Chart's looking good in this time frame. We see nice positive bump in volume. Investors, based on accumulation distribution, they're starting to take more of an interest in this company. We're not back there. There's our prior high. That was back in 2016. Okay, so that was the bull market in 2016. There's our prior high. That's about 40 cents. Yeah, this is obviously is penny stock. And so looks like we're going to push back up into that prior high, the 40 cents. Coincidentally, there's the upper median line of this mod shift, that's a shift pitchfork. And so our price target in this case is 40 cents or so. Ethos Gold, this is another, it's a Dr. Quentin Henney property. I think they've currently got eight different properties that or targets that they're drilling or ready to drill. Yeah, advancing 8 projects towards drill ready. I think they actually have 5 that are currently drill ready. They're focused mostly right now on, it's Rocky something, and name's escaping me. But anyway, they're currently in the field drilling. Let's see, what do we got? 11 million in the bank. They're not showing us. Here we go. 124 million shares outstanding, $40 million market cap. And so I've been weighting my portfolio towards micro and small cap miners. And so that's certainly what we're seeing here, $40 million market cap. That's micro. The $300 million market cap is, that's small. And so this is micro. Let's see what else we got about Ethos. Here's their news flow. Oh, one of the things I like about Ethos Gold in particular is that part of their land package is in Newfoundland. Newfoundland is a hot area in the current bull market, and so a number of companies operating in Newfoundland, and it's getting lots of press. And so whether there's actually any gold or not in Newfoundland, the fact that companies are drilling there and the press, the media is talking about those companies, that alone will attract investment money. Now it appears that there actually is a lot of gold in Newfoundland, so these companies are in the right place. And so Ethos had a land holding in Newfoundland, and then I think they almost doubled it. And so 118 square kilometers in Newfoundland. That's a good thing. Here's their new news flow. Let's see. So it looks like I don't know whether that's a joint venture or a spinoff, but it looks like they've got another company they're bringing in to develop part of their Newfoundland package, increasing the size of their package. This is Crescat Capital increasing their holdings. They threw another 1.3 million in. Just for your awareness, when you see Crescat Capital, know that Dr. Henney is also involved. So Dr. Henney operates as an advisor to Crescat Capital. And so any company where you see Crescat investing, just know that you get Dr. Henney as part of that package. So anyway, that's Ethos Gold. And folks, I've babbled for 20 minutes now. It'll compress some when I run it through my high-tech software for video processing. I'm looking forward to fireworks this evening. A couple hours to go. Enjoy your 4th, enjoy the holiday weekend, and make lots of money next week. I look forward to talking to you, here soon in the next video.